I am in my happy place. I have a beautiful piece of Australian pork right in front of me. This is silver side, which is going to braise nice and slowly. I also have my 5 servings of veggies right in front of me. So this is jam-packed full of nutrition, and you're going to be happy with this, aren't you?
Well, you're right, I do love this, but I just have to say a serve, Richo, is actually a cup of raw veggies or half a cup of cooked.
This is the bit where I glaze over.
I know, I'm used to this, but I love this.
So I'm trying to put some veggies in it, and this is a great way of adding veggies and also adding flavour as well, so it becomes the entire part of the dish. Now, you're onto the microplaning of the ginger, which is great because that's going to be the flavour, the thing that brings the whole dish together. Ooh. Now, the pork has been seasoned up beautifully because salt loves pork and pork loves salt because pork is a beautiful meat. Now, I'll pop it into the pot that's already nice and hot, and you can see I'm going to put the fat side down first to render it down and also caramelise the outside of it. I put the pork in there without putting any oil.
Yeah.
That way there's no splashing, there's no funny business going on, and I'm in control the entire time. Now I'll add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and you're gonna hear that pot sizzle. Now, the veggies, because I'm gonna be braising this for about an hour and 15 minutes, maybe an hour and a half, I leave the veggies really big and chunky so that they hold up to the time that it's gonna cook. Now, fennel, onion, carrot, celery, all delicious vegetables that go together. And because pork is something you can serve up to the entire family, I'm going to add some chilli because I love chilli and so does my family. But if you've got little ones, you might want to keep the chilli aside. Celery's a great one, and everyone's got some celery in the fridge.
Easy to grow as well. I love the fennel. This is an interesting combination. I love the fennel in there for that aniseed. I feel like it's an underutilised veggie.
I cook with fennel a lot in soups, in stocks. I find that fennel gives it that amazing flavour. And the chilli, I love it. These are long red chilies, so you don't have to worry about them being too hot. So they're great for kids that are growing up. But little ones, do not do that. It doesn't work. Trust me, I've tried it. Now, I've got another pan here that I'm going to start sweating the vegetables off. What I'm looking for is just a little bit of colour. The veggies are fine just thrown into the pot, but when you sweat them off for a little bit like this in a pan, till they soften up a little bit, the flavours start to come together. Now, you can see I've browned it off on that side, and with a fork, I just lift it up on the side there and just keep moving it around until all the sides of it are nice and brown. And I'll show you what I mean. See that? Nice and brown there like that. And this bit that's still raw here, I just grab my fork, and I like using a fork, and just keep moving it around. Perfect. Now, I just need to toss that around a little bit, and I reckon a little bit of salt on the veggies and a little bit of pepper, and this will come together beautifully. Now, Preeya, you can see the veggies have softened up a bit and caramelised as well. So I just pour them straight over the top there. Great. You've got the marinade here. This is soy sauce, balsamic and honey, which will sweeten it up and give it some sharpness as well. And some stock. If you can pass me that stock as well. I'm going to pour some stock into the bottom of it. And that does a couple of things. It adds flavour to it, which is what I need, but also it stops the honey from caramelising and burning on the bottom. Now, over the top of the pork, I'm just going to pour the balsamic and the honey and the ginger as well. It's in there. That's going to give it great flavour. And because it's all about honey, and I love honey so much, so a bit of honey on there, which goes so well with the pork. It soaks up all that flavour. Now, this is going to go in the oven, 180 degrees Celsius, about an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half. You know the pork will be cooked when you put a fork in there and it comes out nice and tender. OK, Preeya, we're ready to go. And I heard your call before for more vegetables, so I've got some lovely roasted veggies. Now, this is looking good, and you can see it has shrunk a little bit. That's quite common with a piece of meat like this. When you cook it, it will pull back on it, but it's going to be rich and flavoursome. That's what it's all about.
Oh, the juices. Look at this.
That's the most important part. So I'll grab some of these beautiful veggies.
I just love the honey. I can smell it. The balsamic and the honey's come together.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Balsamic and honey work really well, and I like the soy as well because it sort of rounds it off. And I've got my carving fork here. You like this?
I do.
And here we go. Just slice through there. A little trick is to let it rest before you start to carve it. I could just do this all day. You can imagine me...
You're in your happy place.
Exactly, at the head of the table, carving the meat on Christmas Day or whatever day it is.
Well, you could do this for Christmas, couldn't you?
Any day is... Exactly, pork's great for Christmas Day. Now, I'll just grab this like this, pick it up and pop it straight on top there like that. So it sits on top. That's the hero of the dish. Sprinkle some parsley on there.
Beautiful.
While you're doing that, I'm going to grab a little bit more sauce and put it over the top. Look at that. Looking nice and delicious.
It's glorious. Imagine taking that to the table. I love this as well, Richard. I'm loving the veggies.
Don't take it to the table. Keep it in the kitchen and just eat it yourself.
Eat it yourself. I
There we
like
go.
that.
Well, I'm sharing it with you, so I am doing the right thing. Lots of veggies, lots of flavour.
And I'm glad you're sharing that with me. That marinade is a flavour hit.
So it's really simple to put together, really easy and really tasty. And that's what cooking is all about.
Absolutely agree, Richard. I'll try this one at home.